Cats can be quite cute animals. Some people like them, some people don't. But if the cat has electric powers and can destroy either enemy Pokemon in the jungle area or on the lanes, this is a good case for us to look at it. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the guide for Zeraora in Pokemon Unite. In this guide, we're going to take a look at all the moves, abilities, battle and health items we have to our disposal, how to use Zeraora effectively, and what tactics we have to win matches in Pokemon Unite. My name's Kay and welcome to the channel, and if you don't know it already, I want to make a bet with you. This bet is about the video itself. If you can take anything informative or helpful out of it, like tips and tricks or strategies how to use Zeraora effectively, I would be tremendously happy if you could support the video with a like and a subscription. With this, you not only help the channel, and of course it's for free, but also help growing a community of interested Pokemon Unite players so we can have fun together and learn from each other. But enough said, let's start with the guide for Zeraora in Pokemon Unite. Let's take a look at the general information of Zeraora at the beginning. Its difficulty is Expert and it's a melee speedster using the normal attack type damage to deal damage with its moves and basic attacks. It has 3.5 stars in offense, 4 stars in mobility and 3 stars in scoring. It's a speedster, its role is mostly in the jungle, and now we're gonna have a look at the progression and the moves, how to play it most effectively. Let's take a look. The progression is quite easy because we don't have any evolutions for Zeraora. We're starting out on level 1 as it and playing up until level 15 still as the same form. The first two moves we can choose between are either Agility or Slash. Agility lets us perform a quick dash and increases our basic attack speed for a short time afterwards, and Slash lets us pounce at an opposing Pokemon and attack with our sharp claws. This move's final attack throws opposing Pokemon up in the air, which makes them stun for a short duration of time. The first ability I would choose with Zeraora is Slash, because it's your ability with which you make the most damage. And one important thing also, if you're not playing Zeraora on a lane, which you shouldn't anyway, just leave this Apem alone, go straight into the jungle, and then attack those Pokemon here. The XP bonus of the other Pokemon isn't worth it, and you're just taking away experience from your laners. But back to Slash, you see 3 hits, and the last one knocks the enemy Pokemon up and stuns them for a brief while, and that's the most important way to start out your play in the jungle. The second ability is Agility, and with this you have a good distance and you can jump away or use it as a dash to either improve your time in the jungle when clearing it, or to jump out of danger or over walls when you have to get away or get to an enemy Pokemon to hit it hard. At level 6 we can choose between the first improved moves, Volt Switch and Spark. Volt Switch lets us perform a high-speed dash, dealing damage to any opposing Pokemon, which it hits, and it increases our basic attack speed for a short amount of time. When we use this move again in a set period of time, it will allow us to teleport back to the original position where this move was used. And at level 12, we get Volt Switch Plus, which also increases this move's damage and the amount of time the increased basic attack speed lasts. The other option is Spark, which lets us leap at an opposing Pokemon while we're electrically charged, dealing damage to them. If we use our basic attack before reaching the target Pokemon, instead leap at the closest opposing Pokemon and dealing damage to it then. This move can be used 3 times before it goes on cooldown, and at level 12 we get Spark Plus, which also restores our HP if we perform a basic attack before reaching our target Pokemon. At level 6 we have the first choice, and let's start with Volt Switch. When using it, we're dealing damage to the Pokemon in our way, and in a certain amount of time we can get back. I missed the timer, let's try it again. We're jumping away, and when using it again, we're porting straight back. And when we're jumping through the enemy Pokemon, we get increased attack speed and can use this to deal even more damage and to combine it with the other abilities we have to our disposal. And with the Plus variant, we get even more damage and a longer basic attack speed increase time to go with. The second move we can take is Spark. And like we've seen before, Spark, we can take the enemy and jump once, twice, and a third time, until the move has to go on cooldown. In this case it doesn't, because I've disabled the cooldowns for showing purposes. But with the Plus variant, and of course before that, when we use Spark and use our basic attack, we're jumping at the closest Pokemon instead. It's quite a bit hard to show you, but let's try it in this way. We're jumping, as the Apem get here, jump there, And you see, we've hit B and jumped back to the APAM. So that's how we can use Spark, and we can use it 3 times and jump to the enemies in this way. At level 8, we can choose between the second set of moves with either Discharge or Wild Charge. Discharge releases an electrical discharge, which deals damage to nearby opposing Pokemon, and it's granting us a shield when this attack hits. If this move hits a Pokemon that's paralyzed, it pulls them toward us once the move ends and deals damage to them, once again leaving them unable to act. You see, quite a bit amount of CC and a very good damage boost. At level 14, we get Discharge Plus, which also decreases the movement speed of the opposing Pokemon for a short time when this move hits them. The second ability is Wild Charge, which lets us charge in the designated direction, and if this move hits an opposing Pokemon, we unleashing a combo attack that also deals a set amount of damage to ourself. If we hit an opposing Pokemon with Volt Switch, Spark or a boosted attack before using these moves, the number of attacks in the combo is increased. This is upgraded to Wild Charge Plus at level 14, which then also deals damage to the nearby opposing Pokemon when it hits. The second strong ability, in this case we have a look at Discharge, and when using Discharge we're creating this field around us and having a shield like you've seen on the HP bar, and we can so melt down enemy Pokemon. And like we've said, if it's paralyzed, we're pulling it in and dealing damage one more time and stunning the enemy. And with the Plus variant we even get decreased movement speed on the enemy. So you see, Discharge is an ability you can pop it and make very good damage in an AoE field and just forget about it and deal the damage you need to clear the field. The second level 8 ability is Wild Charge. You see, Wild Charge, we're using it and we're attacking quite a few times with the attack. Let's use it again. It's attacking 3 times or 4 times in this case. I think 3 times. Let's have a look. 1, 2, yes, 3 times. And if we use a move before that and then use Wild Charge, we get additional hits. So let's use Spark. Let's use Spark, I said, and then Wild Charge, and we are getting additional hits and can so improve our damage output. And at level 10, we are unlocking our Unite move, Plasma Gale. Plasma Gale unleashes a blast of lightning, which deals damage to the opposing Pokemon in the area of effect, and it throws them. This also creates a zone of plasma that increases our basic attack range and damage dealt while we are inside this zone. And to top it off, it's a sure hit. So we can deal a significant amount of damage, hitting 100%, increasing our basic attack range and damage, and it's throwing the enemy Pokemon. This Unite move is seriously sick. At level 10, we learn our Unite move. And here against Dreadnought, you can see we have the Unite move, the range is okay, and when dropping it down, this was no target, okay? In this case, it's attacking the enemy, making the field where we have a bigger attack range, you see it on the blue claws, and also improved damage. So you see, this Unite move is very good because it's also a sure hit, and you can snipe down enemies that are trying to run away from you, because, like it said with sure hit, they can't. And we also have a passive ability with Zeraora, and this is Volt Absorb. If the Pokemon gains an electric charge whenever it receives damage, it's converting a portion of that damage into additional attack. So you see, Zeraora is based on getting more attack and more damage at all costs. And the basic attack becomes a boosted attack with every 3rd hit, which deals increased damage when it hits, and it also paralyzes the opposing Pokemon and restores our HP. You see, paralyzing and the use of Discharge, this is a very good combination how you can put out even more damage in the sense of Zeraora and its playstyle. What would I recommend? It depends on you. All the options are good, either Volt Switch or Spark and Discharge and Wild Charge. I think the combination with Spark and Wild Charge has a little bit more difficulty to it, so it depends on your playstyle if you want to do it, because Volt Switch and Discharge on the other side are, especially Discharge, an ability which you can just pop off, make damage, and try to not overextend, try to get away from the enemy if it's too hard of a situation, but you can make a really big amount of damage with Zeraora, especially because it hasn't been looked at in any way up until now. And so we'll have to take a look how it will be evolving and what the damage output will be. But you see, you have very much valuable options. If you want to have a recommendation from my side, I would choose Volt Switch and Discharge, because with Volt Switch you can get back to the destination where you were, so you can use it strategically and tactically, and Discharge is just a very good AoE ability and you can decimate enemies in this area. Now let's take a look at the battle items, and this video is recorded before the patch on August 18th, so there can be some changes, but even that, I think that eject button is still the most valuable option. Why? You can dash away, you can dash through walls and get out of pesky situations almost every minute, and it's the item you should choose almost every time. What the balance patch updates will bring, but in this case I would recommend to use it either way. And when talking about battle items, it's time for the question of the day. In this case, because Zeraora is a no evolution Pokemon, I want to know from you, what is your most favorite Pokemon that has no evolution? There can be also legendary Pokemon, so I'm not like that, so say no, that's not possible. But either way, write it down in the comments and let me know what's your favorite Pokemon with this type of evolution scheme, and in this case, non-scheme. And when talking about battle items, we also have to talk about the health items. And in this case, I recommend for Zeraora the Muscle Band, the Scope Lance, and of course the Body Barrier. Muscle Band, additional attack stats and basic attack speed, which is important when you look at the moves Zeraora has to its disposal. Scope Lance because we increase our critical hit rate and damage, which gives us more damage output overall. And of course Body Barrier because this is actually an S tier item up until now. It gives us a flat amount of HP, which helps us with the survivability, especially in the early game. And when using our Unite move, we and our weakest friend close by get a shield based on a certain percentage of our max HP. That's the offensive set of items you can choose. But of course, if you want to have a little bit more utility, you could change out Scope Lance for something like Score Shield, because if you have Score Shield equipped, you get a shield every time you want to try to score some points, which is a certain percentage of your health, and every time you have this shield, you cannot get hit by any attack. So even if enemy Pokemon are jumping on you, it won't interrupt you, and with all the movement abilities and the speed Zeraora has to its disposal, it can be quite valuable goal-getting Pokemon, especially in the last 2 minutes. Even if you didn't get Zapdos, you can still dunk those 50 points, and if you haven't chosen eject button, but for example goal getter, you can even further improve this style of gameplay. Now we've seen everything, what moves we have to our disposal, how to use them effectively, what additional bonuses, and which battle and health items are the right ones for Zeraora to play in Pokemon Unite. In the next minutes I want to show you some gameplay where I've been using Zeraora in battles, and I can show you in which situations what you have to do to be successful in the fights in Pokemon Unite. So let's have fun and let's have a look. Starting out, we are fighting in the jungle, and it's important to help the lines top or bottom with ganking the enemies to win the fight and secure the line. Like you've seen, there are 3 enemies and Froakie got one of us, but with the gank, with the jump in and the level advantage from the jungle, we can defeat the enemies easily and have enough time to get the Alolan Ninetales back to the match. Similar situation. And I'm always trying to get to the back of the enemies because so we can attack from 2 fronts. With a failed Spark, we're trying to attack Venusaur, getting it down, and there is Greninja 2 trying to split up with double team, but we are enough people, and as a group of 3, we have an easy play to destroy them and so secure the lane fight and push forward and get more score, get more experience, and then advance further. In this scenario, I want to show you how discharge work. You see, Crustle is stealing the defeat because he's pushing away with X-Scissor, but we have some enemies here, and as soon as the cooldown will get down, I don't know if we have enough time. Yes, you see, it's the AoE field, and we have to be in the near field of the enemy to hit them with our damage, and this is supposed to be very good when we're having big team fights, and you can help to distribute this additional damage without having to focus on one special enemy. And this situation was directly afterwards. I was waiting in the grass because I knew they will come back because the respawn times of course aren't as long. And you see, we have a 3v1 almost, but we are fighting. Crustle is using his Unite move. We have dropped our Unite move too. With Body Barrier, we have of course the shield, and that's enough time for our team to get back, and so we can destroy their goal almost. One good thing when playing Zeraora as a jungler, you can, if you do it right, have a big level advantage. And you see, this will keep further for the following scenes. But in this case, we could take Greninja, and Venusaur made the mistake that it didn't run away with Petal Dance, and we could strike it down and get the experience we need to improve even more. And this scene almost hurts in my heart, but we are level 10, the other Zeraora is only level 6, and with such a huge level advantage, we can just strike them down. And here is a good use of Spark, we have 3 jumps, and with the third, we are close enough to use Wild Charge, and the crossel of the enemies doesn't stand a chance. Here they are again, both of them trying to strike us down, but the Unite move with Body Barrier, first of all, it makes a huge amount of damage, and we have improved attack speed. And with that, we can defeat 2 of them. Mr. Mime trying to get us down. Of course, we're 3 levels up, but that's the case if you're playing it right. If the enemies are inting too much and trying to push too much forward, you can take those plays. But there are also situations where you shouldn't push. I thought level 13 what should happen, and that's the point where you should never push further than the first goal, because in this case the enemies just jumped on the pad and suddenly it was a 3v1 and I didn't stand a chance. That's Zeraora, the speedster in the jungle, the Pokemon you can still get for free until August 31st. You see, if you can take the jungle, you have a very good opportunity to help your team with ganking the top or the bottom lane, and it's important to stay consistently up and down and to see where situations, where are they, if they need you, and how to act there. That's everything you have to know, that were the moves, build recommendations, and how to play in different situations and how to master them with Zeraora. And of course, I haven't forgot about the bet from the beginning. If you have learned something new or informative, I'd be tremendously happy if you would support this video with a like and the channel with a subscription. Because there are many more guides to Pokemon Unite, to all the separate Pokemon, how they play and what's important when playing with them on the field. If you want to see more of Pokemon Unite, this is the place for you. We are growing a huge community with fans of the game, and I'm also working on a Discord server, and of course on streaming, and this will happen rather soon, so stay tuned. I will inform you when I'm going live. Yeah, that's everything I have to say. Thanks for your time, thanks for being here. I wish you a nice time with Zeraora, and see you soon. My name's Kay. Bye bye.